His story is infamous. His victims are many. And for 5 long years, he's been doing whatever he likes.
Don't drink out of the...
Zion is out of control.
Hey, get off the roof.
He's always on the go from morning to night.
Get in your bed now.
He shouts, has tantrums, and uses violence to get his own way. Exhausted, his mother has given up trying to discipline him. He doesn't listen to a word she says.
Don't throw them. I feel tired and completely useless as a parent.
Meet the Berrymans, community worker and single parent Charlene and 5-year-old son Zion. Raising Zion on her own and balancing a stressful job isn't easy for Charlene.
Get in your bed now, because I have had enough. He's very hyperactive. What are you doing out of bed? Back to bed, please. Just doesn't sit still. And he's loud. He doesn't listen. Hey, off the coffee table, please. To anything. You know, if I say don't do it, he does it.
Whilst well-behaved at school, Zion's home life has descended into chaos.
No, get down from there.
If he doesn't get his own way, he screams. And has tantrums.
It's not going to take ages.
And can also be violent.
When he gets annoyed or frustrated or doesn't get his way, sometimes he'll just thump me.
Pet dog Monty is also in the firing line, with Zion using him as a canine punch bag. Monty is starting to exhibit some disturbing behaviour of his own. Meal times are a farce,
Don't be silly.
with Zion unable to sit still for more than a few seconds.
I am being good. This is too hot.
To top off an exhausting day for Mum, Zion won't go to bed.
Get to your room. Right now. Getting Zion to bed is like trying to cage a wild animal. Get into bed. Lie down then.
Taking Zion out in public has become a nightmare.
Put the ball down, please.
Zion's done what he likes for so long, he knows he's going to get away with it.
Okay, put Spider-Man down now, please.
He's got Mum wrapped around his little finger.
Okay, came in looking for pyjamas, and now we're going to buy jeans and a sweatshirt.
She's all but given up and doesn't know where to turn. She desperately needs help.
I mean, sometimes I scream so loud that I feel like my head's going to explode. It's just like... Argh!
Looks like a job for expert family therapist Diane Levy.
Hello.
Zion, I presume. Good to meet you.
Diane, thank God you're here.
Don't worry, I've got plenty of tricks up my sleeve.
Great. Come in.
Yeah.
So, Charlene, in a nutshell, what are you struggling with?
He basically doesn't do as he's told. He basically does the opposite. You know, won't go to bed when he's told, won't get dressed when he's told. If he's told not to do something, he'll just continue to do it. Won't stay with me when we're out and about. Far out. Bad stuff, I would probably call it, yeah.
What do you do about it?
Not a lot. It's really hard. I mean, I just seem to yell a lot. It's beyond frustrating. It's upsetting because sometimes you just feel so ineffective and you feel out of control as an adult that you lose your confidence as a parent.
So what's it like when you go shopping?
It's awful, and I basically will try and avoid it if I can.
No chance of that today because Diane wants to see Zion in action for herself.
Don't, come on, let's go.
They're supposed to be shopping for pyjamas, but Zion's got other ideas.
Oh, Mum!
Zion's determined to get his own way and turns the shopping trip into a guilt trip for Mum.
I like one of these big cars.
You can get something small, Zion.
You never let me go.
Oh, what about this one? Batman's on a really cool motorbike thing.
No!
And it comes with Batman as well.
Brian has it. No.
Come on, I want to go.
I said to leave me. If I say leave me, it means leave me.
How are you feeling now?
Tired, I just want to go home, and I've said he can have something, so I'm going to let him, because if I don't, I'd probably have him screaming going out the door, and I've just got to wait for him to get something within my price range, then we can go. Okay.
After choosing a new Batman toy, Zion is happy for now. Back home, Diane observes a family meal.
Zion, dinner. I just can't get him to, eat or eat enough or sit still or stay at the table. Yeah. And so it's not like I get to sit and relax and have a meal.
Yeah. Or talk to him?
No.
At least Monty's enjoying himself. Although it's not exactly conducive to a quiet chat. But Zion saves his gala performance for bedtime.
So, the witching hour is about to begin.
Come here, please. You want to pick a bit? Off there.
Zion pulls out all the stops and refuses to go to sleep. Worn out by work, Charlene can't cope with his increasing demand for attention. The battle continues for nearly 3 hours. Charlene is exhausted.
It's a long, long evening.
Get into bed now. You try dealing with this every night.
With Zion finally giving up, Diane can deliver her verdict.
Charlene, you seem to have lost all authority.
Yeah.
Zion's using his charm, anger, sadness, sulking to get away with murder. The way ahead is for you to take control of Zion's behaviour without losing his spirit.
Yeah, that would be really good. Anything that's better than what I have now would be good. Yeah.
How do you think it got like this?
When you're parenting on your own, it's really tiring. And so sometimes when you're tired and you've had a long day and they push you, you let them get away with things because you just can't be bothered. You go for the quick fix, okay, you have that because that'll, make you quiet. Instead of, putting your foot down and having the strength to carry through and commit to what you've said.
Change is definitely possible. I'll be back tomorrow with a battle plan.
Great. I look forward to that.
After the break, Diane returns with a battle plan.
Zion, I'm going to count to 5.
But Zion makes a bid for freedom.
Get down.
He doesn't give up, does he?
After seeing Zion's bad behaviour firsthand, Diane returns with a tailor-made battle plan.
First, you need to lose the guilt. You're a lovely mum and you need to stop overcompensating.
I know I feel the guilt because his dad's not here.
That's something we can't change. So let's leave it. 2, there need to be consequences for Zion's actions. You threaten, but you don't carry through.
Yeah.
3, Zion needs to play constructively and you need to be involved in starting it.
I don't really play with him. I'm too tired. It's just too much effort.
First, we've got to get the good behaviour. Then you'll want to play with them. Come on. So first, let's stop the mayhem. Often starts like this. Zion, stop tormenting the dog. Nothing happens. Zion, I'll turn the television off. Nothing happens. Zion, you're going to go to your room. Still nothing happens. Zion, I'm going to count to 5.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
The thing is, Zion knows he's breaking the rules. He's doing it because he hasn't got boundaries, and he does it because he can.
Yeah, I guess that's my fault.
Lose the guilt. You're the only one who can fix it. So from now on, when he does something wrong, scoop him up and without a word, take him straight to his room. Of course, the room has to be safe.
Yeah, well, given Zion's track record, I'd probably need a lock on the door and stays on the window so he can't get out.
Great. So leave him here and shut the door. Lock it. A lock means that you and he don't have to argue through the door. Means that there's time out for you and time out for Zion.
What if he runs away and goes outside?
Time out is time out away from you, whether it's in his room, out in the garden, or at the end of the house,
So how long do I leave him in time out for?
until he's ready to behave. Zion, are you ready to behave? Nah. Righto then, I'll see you later.
Okay, but he behaves badly so often that it will seem like he's in time out all the time.
It might feel like that, but you'll be amazed how fast his behaviour changes. By the way, it might be a good idea to pop Monty in time out, especially around meal times and when Zion's acting up.
Determined to stick to the plan, Charlene fortifies the house to prevent Zion from escaping from timeout. Timeout is not intended as a punishment, but to give the pair time apart to cool down.
So it means that Zion can go into time out and he won't be able to get out like he usually does. So I will get some peace and quiet.
It isn't long before Zion tests the new fittings.
Get down! Get down!
Well, he doesn't give up, does he?
Right, I've just shut him in his room because... No, you're in there for 5 minutes till you're ready to come out and behave. All right? Yeah, so he's in there for 5 minutes because he tried to climb out the window, even though we've put window stays on it.
5 minutes later, and feeding Monty turns into a dog's dinner.
Bowl, please.
No!
Zion?
You're lazy.
No, I'm not lazy. I'm asking you to do a favour. No!
And immediately, it's timeout number 2 for Zion.
No, stay in the room. Right, Zion's in his room. And now he's banging on the door and screaming.
Once released, Zion isn't happy.
What's wrong?
You didn't let me feed Monty.
Ah! I think he's pretty angry with me. You're going to go back in there again?
No!
Well then, don't hit me.
Don't hit me, you egg.
Oh, well, back to your room then.
Mom.
I'm not going to chase him because another thing is that if he's away from me, it's still time out.
Over the next few days, Zion resists and continues to misbehave.
Your room.
But after 5 years, old habits are hard to break. Changing behaviour takes time.
We don't throw food around in this house. Time out for you.
Charlene's at the end of her tether.
I think that's partly my fault because I haven't been quick enough to start the timeouts. I just have to have this determination and the energy just to keep following through. Well, you're going to go to your room. If I've got the energy.
It's time to call in the reinforcements.
You know, it might sound like a cliche, but changing ourselves is never easy.
I have found that pretty hard in the first few days, that he's been screaming and yelling and, you know, he's been in timeout so many times and it's really, really tiring. I just, you know, wonder how I'm going to keep this up every day.
The vision you've got is I'm going to be doing this every day, all day, for the rest of my life. Therefore, I feel like giving up. It's not like that. I want you to think short, manageable bites. I want you to think in terms of Zion's pushing the boundaries. I'm going to put in the limits. I'm the boss. Time out, Zion. I want you to start at the beginning of the day bouncing on the first 3 things he does.
Yeah, I get that, but what if he's misbehaving more than 3 times?
The reality is that Zion begins each encounter by pushing at the boundaries, and you've got to show him that they're there. You show him that you're the boss, and then the rest should go sweeter. It's a very simple but powerful way of acting.
Her confidence restored, Charlene continues the battle.
Right, that was 3 bad things in a row.
All right, you can both stay out. I've locked him out. It's another version of timeout.
Charlene sticks to her guns. 5 minutes later, she gets results.
You ready to be nice now?
Yeah. I want to show you some stuff on my skateboard.
Okay.
By the third week, there's been a remarkable change in Zion's behaviour. Charlene's hard work has paid off.
I said, Zion comes at the table, and he went, yep. And he was there within 5 seconds.
Meal times are now completely different.
Vegetables as well. Gosh, I'm impressed.
Mum, can I leave the table now?
Zion even tidies up after himself,
Was that my child that just sat down and had dinner?
does what he's told, and gets himself ready for bed.
Well done. Nice. Teeth.
It's 7:30 and Zion's asleep.
Having learnt he can't push the boundaries any longer, within 2 minutes he's asleep. Although Zion's general behaviour has improved, Diane wants to fine-tune the way mother and son spend quality time together.
So when you get home, you need about 15 minutes of outdoor play with him, and then later on in the evening, 15 minutes of some sort of constructive play.
What's involved?
There's 3 elements. 1, there's positive interaction. Secondly, Zion's sense of achievement in what he does. And thirdly, the wow factor. The two of you enjoying that achievement together. For instance, you might pass Zion a useful block. That's positive interaction. He builds a construction. That's achievement. And you and he admire the construction together. That's the wow factor.
Okay, but how do I get him to sit him still for more than 10 seconds?
It's quality time together, and the more you do it, the easier it will get. Think of how it's going to use up all that excessive energy.
Okay, well, I've never played with Lego before, but I'll give it a go.
Great, it's a good time to start.
But Zion has his own ideas about spending time with mum.
Yeah, I'm doing my 15 minutes of outside activities and Zion's taken off. Come back here, Zion, or we're not going to the park.
Wait up!
But before long, they're having a great time.
It's nice, enjoying it. There's no stress at all. It's quite relaxing. It means he gets some quality time with me and then I'll be able to sort of relax later.
I'm being good today, eh?
Oh, very good today.
Just like you. I can't get over this.
Yep. You have to pedal faster and harder. Hey, you're all bony.
No! I'm playing again!
Welcome to our circus. We've done some outside play, which is part of Diane's strategy, and now we're just doing something inside just before bed. More of constructive play where he learns to play, basically, to be able to sit down quietly like this and not be running from one disaster to the next.
After the break, Diane helps Charlene confront the biggest challenge of all, shopping.
So this is the big one, out in a public place.
But will Zion be able to control himself? Zion's behaviour at home has improved.
Well done.
Now Diane is back with a plan for taking him out in public.
Zion needs to accept that you need to shop. And we need to accept that a lively 5-year-old is never going to stay by your side.
So what am I going to do?
You need to make a list at home, show it to Zion, and then you're ready to go shopping. So this is the big one, out in a public place.
Yeah, I need to get this right.
So there's just the two of you, so timeout isn't appropriate, and briberies isn't working. What we need to do is reprogram Zion. Okay? So for the next fortnight, I don't want you to buy anything for him. Shopping is for what you need. When you arrive, notebook out. Zion, do you want to shop with me? Nah. Zion, where do you want to go?
Toys.
Toys. Okay, off you go. I'll catch up with you in 10 minutes. Keep it short and to the point.
But won't he run right?
Only if you're chasing and nagging. Okay? Just makes it too much fun, trust me.
but no, it's just...
By giving Zion the choice, Diane knows he'll be sticking to his mum like glue. The next day,
Right,
it's
we got
time to
this.
put the strategy to the test.
Shopping list. But that's all we're
Mum,
going
can
for.
I have one toy, little one?
That's it.
I just want one little car. Mum, Mommy, are you deaf?
No, I told you. We're only getting what's on that list.
I
That's
just
all.
want one thing. Mum, can
Yeah,
I
he's in a
have
bit of a
one
bad
toy,
mood because...
little one?
Go and ease on. Because, he's not going to get anything.
Despite Zion's pleading, Charlene won't budge.
I'm going to go get the things on my list. Now, you can either come with me and help me, or you can go and stay in the toys, look at the toys. But we're not buying toys today. What do you want to do? You want to come and help me get what I need to get? Or do you want to go and look at toys
Look at toys. Myself.
by yourself?
But before long, Zion's back again.
Hello. What's that?
A little car. You put it in and you push some button and it goes zoom.
Cool.
Although we're not having it out.
No.
Can I have a new lunchbox? Because I got cracks in my lunchbox.
Well, is it on the list? No.
Look.
Yep, that's cool, but we're not getting that today.
Can I help you?
You want to help me? My good little helper's brought me an undented candle back. Thank you very
I'll
much.
take this one back.
No, just leave it here. So we're going to get served soon.
Zion forgets about toys and gets stuck into Mum's list.
Wow.
Stress-free, trouble-free and toy-free, Charlene and Zion emerge at the other side of the checkout.
You're really good. It was really easy. The list thing definitely worked. He kind of forgot about the fact that he wanted something to start with. I'm really happy. No tantrums. Good.
It's been a month since Diane's first visit. A huge month for Charlene and Zion.
You have made some pretty amazing changes.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's been really tough, really tiring. It still is.
What's the biggest shift in thinking you've had to make?
It's not like I have to do a lot of thinking now. There's no round and round circle stress arguments.
What about you as a mother?
Way more confident. I actually have done way more laughing recently than I have for a long time, and it's fun. It is fun. It's just been great. The strategies work, and I feel way more confident in myself. So thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
For Charlene and Zion, it's mission accomplished. But as for Monty, well, that's another story.